This is the Inside Scoop with Alex and Jess.
Welcome, everybody, to another episode of Inside Scoop with Alex and Jeff. I am Alex Dingman.
I'm Jeff Doss. Let's get going.
Yeah. We're going.
We're going all right. Woo! What a week.
Yeah, exactly. I feel like it's already been 2 weeks, and we really only done 3 days, man. I'm
fantasy
stressed.
draft, if you guys do not know, if you have not been following, go to Martial Arts InterNetworks on Facebook right now and throw Jeff Doss and Alex some votes, all right?
Yeah. I got a lot to talk about that. But I tell you, yeah, it's got me stressed. I'm constantly looking at it. I'm constantly sharing it.
Yeah.
Looking at it. But before we get too far into it, let's shout out today. Today is it's the GOAT's birthday. Raymond Daniels.
It's Raymond's
happy birthday, buddy.
40, right?
Yeah, 40. Yeah.
I know, Travis.
But it's not just his birthday. Like I kind of mentioned to you guys in a text chat earlier this morning. So on this day in 1992 is the day that my brother and I took our very first karate class.
That's awesome, man. That's really cool.
Yeah, it was really cool. So I always, like I said, I always knew that day. And then when I found out that was also Raymond's birthday, I just thought, all right, that's kind of cool, right?
Yeah, that's cool, man. Awesome. Yeah. Happy birthday, Raymond, the big 4-0.
Yeah. Hey, did you see he had like a post about that where he had like must have been Colby or somebody holding like a couple cupcakes, with like candles in them, and he did a spin kick and blew them out. That was pretty dope. I like that.
That was cool. That was cool.
Yeah. Nice little touch. Which also, speaking of, he's on my squad for the fantasy, and I put him out there, and you would think like that should be one I put out there, and I wouldn't even look. Don't have to worry. Don't have to get stressed about it. Don't worry. We got you. Ah, man, I was texting you guys all day long.
But you're stressed out about everything there, Alex. You're stressing out, man. You got to chill a little bit. You got to chill a little bit.
In case everybody doesn't know. Okay, so here's how the whole thing went down. So the Martial Arts InterNetwork, there are 4 podcasts. There's CTE with Chris and Travis. There's Inside Scoop with Jeff and Alex. There's Raw with Regina and Willie. Then there's Fist, Kicks, and Flicks with Mike Gibbs and Eugene Plowden. So, that is a very entertaining podcast.
Yeah, I've caught up to that one. That was hilarious.
Yeah. So, and we were going to do a snake draft of all sport karate competitors.
Of all time.
Of all time. And the rules of the roster are that you have to have 3 men. And this is just your minimums. You got to have 3 men on your roster.
Fighters.
You got to have fighters. That's right. You got to have 3 male fighters on your roster. You have to have 2 female fighters on your roster. You have to have a forms competitor, man or woman, doesn't matter. A weapons competitor, man or woman, doesn't matter. And a forms/weapons competitor. So probably somebody who does both.
That does both, yep.
And then you have 2 alternates to do however you want, whether it's a forms or weapons competitor, or it's a female fighter, it's a male fighter, doesn't matter.
Right.
So I made my draft boards like, all right, here's who I think would go. I've done fantasy sports a lot. When I say that, I've really only done fantasy football and basketball, right?
Yeah.
So I plan out. We kind of knew where we're going to end up in the draft. This is where our position is. Like, okay. So when I found out I was going to be 5th in the draft, I started thinking like, all right, so I'm not going to get – so there's certain people I'm just checking off. Like, I'm not going to get
Raymond. Yep.
I'm not going to get Morgan. I was questionable. I didn't – those are the 2 I knew right away that I wasn't going to get. I knew that at 5th, I likely wasn't going to get Avery, and I wasn't quite sure how it was going to roll after that. I thought Jackson might be off the board.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't
or Johnny,
sure
maybe.
because you got to win. Like, it's got to be for the people who are going to go in the first round, it has to be a guaranteed win. Like, otherwise, why would you take them in the first round?
Right.
So that's why I'm looking at it. Like, okay. So the first pick of the draft, Mike Gibbs gets the first pick of the draft. He takes Morgan. I would have taken Ray, but I don't get it. Like, I don't. It's not like I don't get it. I get it.
No, me too. I get that. Yeah, that makes sense.
There's only really like one person who would get votes over Morgan. Maybe.
Yeah.
Right? Since this is all fan voting,
Right.
Morgan going number 1. Yeah, I get it. Willie's got the second pick. Willie takes Avery. Okay, I understand it. Avery's gonna get votes, and he's the bomb, right?
Yeah.
So it's not like,
Right.
all right, we're throwing shade. No, he's the bomb. I love him. I call him the champ. I get it, right? And I
Yeah.
also get like, okay, I love Willie's personality about it too. Willie doesn't think anybody's better than him, right? Which I love about him, right?
Right.
And since Avery's from like that camp that he's with,
Yeah.
he's on his team, everything.
Yep.
I get it. All right. Regina's got the third pick.
No,
Right?
Eugene got the third pick.
Oh, Eugene got the third pick.
Yeah,
Eugene got the third pick.
and he went.
And
with
he was the
nasty.
one where we're
Yeah.
like, we're not quite sure. What is he gonna pick? Where's he
Yeah.
gonna be?
We don't know what he's
How
going
is
to
this
do.
gonna go? 'Cause we just didn't know how much he knew. Because he's just been removed for a few number of years. So he takes Nasty. He takes Nasty Anderson. And again, we're like, all right, I understand that, but you're not picking 7th or 8th. It's not
Right.
like,
Yeah.
look at who's on the board. You just passed Ray, right? But there are some people who think Nasty's just better than Raymond. They're just, oh, Nasty would beat him. Nasty's better. I get that. So like, okay.
This is where you get kind of.
The thing is, I know Travis put out there in the video of the first round.
Yeah.
Now, I'm just like sitting here. I'm quarantine hair. It is late. It is late on a Friday night.
Yeah.
I'm over here with my Viking like winter stocking cap on, and I probably threw that thing off my head like
several
6
times. Yeah.
In the
And I
first
knew
round
you were
alone.
freaking out. What's funny, me and Chris, I know, like kept looking at each other. We're like, look at Alex. He's flipping out. It was so funny.
So I just couldn't like when he took Nasty. I'm like, I'm just such an animated guy. I'm like, all right, I flipped out. Yet at the same time, I got it. Now came the 4th pick.
Yeah.
And they just assume, all right, well, Ray's gone. It's just whatever. All right. Still not thinking like whatever. So Regina said, all right, well, you got those Plowdens. I'm taking Richard Plowden.
Yeah.
And at this point, I'm like, stop it. What is happening with this lunacy? So you guys, at that point, you and Chris lost it because you guys knew where I was going. And I think you guys just couldn't believe that. That fell into my lap. Right.
Yeah.
So if you watch the video, everybody watch the video because I'm literally losing my mind. And then the funny part, we had to explain to Regina why
we thought
he was picked like 4 picks too late. You know?
That was funny. I mean, I get what she's saying. She's looking at it differently, but hey, it's worked out for her so far. So
yeah, no kidding.
You know?
Because I matched up against her this week and I'm not winning.
No,
I'm
you're
losing.
not.
Right? Oh my gosh.
So so I mean, as far as on CTE, they went over the first rounds of everyone. So
that's right.
Mike had Morgan, Willie had Avery, Eugene had Nasty, Regina had Richard, you got Raymond, Travis got Jotty, I got Jack, and Chris got Jackson Rudolph. So
that was
for
Chris's position.
No, that was a good one.
It was really good.
Yeah, because then he could get Nikki
that?
right after that. Yeah.
Yeah.
He got Nikki.
I was thinking he's gonna go one of two ways. I would. We'll go Nikki or maybe like Ross Levine. Right.
So a couple of my picks. I mean, I didn't want to get too much in the picks because they talked about that, but I know one thing they questioned why I picked Jack so early. For me, I've never met one person that doesn't like Jack Felton. That's one thing.
Yeah.
2, Jack may not seem like an animated person, but Jack shares things on Facebook. Jack likes everything on Facebook. Everyone. He also coaches many teams on the West Coast, like the League of Angels and those other schools. They have a lot of people that know him, and he low key does a lot of seminars that people don't understand. He's also my favorite fighter of the past few years. I don't know, 20 years, and I think he matches up well with a lot of people of the past. So, that's why I did that. Who was your favorite besides your number one that you got to pick, like that you picked up?
Well, let me look at my
One or
roster
two.
again.
Because here's the deal.
I would have
Even
to
though
say
you
that I would
lost
say,
on your first one, it could end up being, if you win this, those picks could help
correct.
you next week.
I think my next favorite pick was Jason Borelli.
Yeah. Yeah.
That one I did not think would be there. I think
Right.
because I got him in the third round. So that's
Yeah.
on the way back down. Because I had an early pick in the second round. I had a late pick in the third.
Yeah.
And that just kind of fell to me. I thought he'd be gone. So I grabbed Caitlin Deshelle with my second pick. I thought she wins freaking everything, right?
Yeah.
Let's go.
Right.
But apparently not against John Valera. Oh my gosh, am I frustrated?
I'll explain that one. So.
No, I'm not even going against Jeff, and Jeff is like trash talking me because that's his guy.
Well, no, here's the
man,
deal. This is what I don't think you understand about forms.
Oh, I understand.
No,
I just
you
don't agree with you.
No, you think it's all about like winning and everything else. I mean, it is about winning, but what I'm saying is that it's a subjective thing. It's different than fighting. So you have those people that are like, this is the guy who should be winning. There's always like that. Whoever wins all the time, there's always that people's champion, that underdog that all the competitors are pushing behind, and they are rebelling against the promoters. And that's who they want to win. And the promoters haven't figured out, and especially back then, who they want. I'm not saying Caitlin's not an amazing martial artist or whatever, but I also know there's a lot of other competitors. I don't think everyone loves her.
When I say everybody,
I mean the promoters.
Yeah, nobody disliked her.
No,
but at the same time, when she was competing and she was the most dominant, who was really going to beat her?
I mean, Becca beat her several times. There's was it Michaela with the commas? There's different ones that Audrey Donahue I thought had a better sword form for a lot of times. There's ones like that.
No,
I just think that no one is unbeatable, and I think you look at it as this person is unbeatable. Well, no, you look at it as absolute, and there is no absolute. So,
no, we have to look at what we know.
We're gonna die in Jesus. That's it. So those are the only absolutes we got. So, yeah.
But we have to look at what we know. All right. So what do we know?
What do we know? She did the same form for 5 years in a row. John Valera changed his every. It doesn't matter. We're talking about the best, not who won the most. The best, right?
We had this conversation, right? So we had this conversation about how the one thing I think about forms is every year it always gets better and better and better and better. The level of competition, like the bar raises a considerable amount every year, right? So like, all right, it's put ourselves in 2005. Let's just put ourselves there. Okay, in 2005, whoever was winning is dominant in 2005.
Right.
Someone taking third places in 2006. You take that performance and put it back in 2005, they could potentially be winning overalls. All right, something like that. All right,
but I don't agree with several people.
Right.
I mean, I don't agree right now with the person who's losing by 1 or 2 votes.
We're gonna talk about that. Yeah. That's driving me wild. Okay, so look at that then. So if the bar is always raising, that means in order to just stay status quo, I mean, you got to raise your bar a ton, right?
Right.
Your level's got to improve a ton to not even really improve your placing. But if you're saying Caitlin did the same form 5 years in a row, yet she always still won, what's that say? That just means her level was so much higher than everyone else.
Okay, but I look at John always having a new big move every year that changed the game. And that was kind of what I looked at. And now, Caitlin to me is one of the strongest, probably one of the strongest female competitors I've ever seen.
That's what I'm saying.
She was consistent. But again, Mackenzie, Sammy, they keep upping the level. So I don't think it'll be the same. John, okay. I don't know, but I'm telling you something right now. He's been doing stunts, and being creative in that. he's gonna keep up in shape. He's gonna keep doing it. So
Isn't that what Caitlin's doing though?
He's at a whole nother level though. Whole nother level. But anyways.
So listen. So basically,
That was
here's what I'll say. If you look, so here's how my matchups went. My matchups when I sent John Sue.
Yeah.
Regina was slick. She was slick. And she sent you. She sent Jeff. She drafted you. So she fell into a dang good roster. All right. So she sends Jeff Doss. And I'm not even kidding you. This is what I thought. I'm like, all right, this one's gonna be close. I'm gonna win. This one's gonna be close.
Yeah.
I'm gonna win like, I don't know, 58% of the votes. That's what I'm gonna get. No, I got blown out.
Yeah.
Blown out. Jeff Doss beat John Sue. Blown out. I couldn't believe that. Not that I couldn't believe that, like, all right, you say Jeff Doss would have won. Okay. Whatever. But here, my first two matchups were John Sue versus Jeff Doss.
Yeah.
And Caitlin Deschelle versus John Blair.
Yeah.
I would have thought
Virginia, baby.
I would go.
We won it all, baby.
Virginia. I thought I would go 1-1 with that. Whichever way it would have ended up, I would have gone 1-1.
Okay. So, I mean, listen, John Sue is one of my favorite competitors, great teammate, but at the same time, I can see me beat him. Because, again, like you say with Willie.
Me too. I get that.
With Willie, like, I think the same thing. I think I could be anybody.
But now here's the other thing. Here's how these votes are going, though. If I would be voting on that, I'd have voted for you. I didn't vote for you, because I voted for my guy. Right. But if I would have been voting, I'd have voted for you for two reasons. Two reasons. Yeah. One, I think you're one of the best Taekwondo traditional forms competitors in open sport karate, like tournaments, right?
Okay.
And I love that. And we're friends. I like it.
Yeah. Got it.
That's it.
Got it.
That's pretty much all it takes.
Got it.
Right?
Yeah.
And you don't even need two reasons to vote. You just
yeah. I got it.
So I'm getting killed right now. So here's what I say needs to. We're going to talk more about this. Here's what I say needs to happen. And I kind of briefly mentioned this. We're pandering to the crowd, the lunacy of the crowd that's just gonna vote for whoever, why ever. Like, no, let's go with best.
Yeah.
So I think we should get 9 or 11 already appointed judges for the competitors, okay?
Yeah.
Bipartisan, right? So I have to pick them like all over the country, maybe from different backgrounds, because got to have an odd number, right? And they'll be the only people judging. They'll cast the votes.
Right.
So the goal is to get 5 votes out of 9 or whatever we decide. You know what I mean? Maybe it's only 7. You got to get, 4 votes, whatever we decide.
Mm-hmm.
And then they be the ones. And we don't tell them who's on what team.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because I'll tell you what.
You're starting to think, right?
Right now, we said, all right, it's Raymond's birthday. He's on my squad right now. He's up today. He's competing today. He should get almost all of them.
But you're talking about, one of the most beloved coaches and competitors ever, and one of the guys that from that era that is, on social media, Richard.
And
Richard
that's
Platt.
the other thing.
Yeah.
That's the other thing that I said about him. As I said, I can't name 2 people who are just better people in martial arts than Richard Plowden. Right. I always love talking to him. One of the things I love so much about him is just, I don't want to say he's always even keel, although he is mostly. When he speaks to his team, when he speaks to other people, it doesn't matter whether or not he agrees or disagrees. He is always respectful to everybody.
Right.
And so you just look at that from afar, and you're just drawn to that, right? And he has that really kind of infectious personality without being a boisterous personality like me. I just understand that about myself. I can only harness myself so much, right?
Right.
That's just me. I don't know what to tell you, right?
It's hard. It's hard.
So
I
as far
understand.
as I don't think you would find two better people in martial arts than Richard Platten. I just don't think you would.
Right. I mean,
However,
honestly,
we're talking
yeah.
about a matchup. We're talking about a fight matchup.
Right, but at the same time, you're talking about one of the smartest fighters there has been. So we got into this. I understand where you're coming from. I mean, I get it. You know, I voted for Raymond, but I also understand that other people see it other ways. I know. And we're talking about one fight. You know what I mean? My favorite pick probably
what was yours?
is Matt Imming. But you know, right now,
you're a fight
right
for your
now,
life right now.
I'm fighting for my life right now with KA, which I
voting
figured
is
that would
still
happen.
going on.
But I made sure. All right, so one thing I did, and I don't know if everyone noticed it, and that's why I chose for it to be a weapons thing, because I think when you look at weapons, he is the best nunchucker ever. So that's the way I look at it. But I also don't want to be disrespectful, so I don't want to be like, you know, I don't think KA's in the top 10 commas or whatever, you know, but
right.
So I'm not going to put that post out. Now I just said that here, but I think KA is one of the best performers ever. I mean, his just charisma and the things he did, a lot of things I kind of was motivated me as a young kid, and you know I ended up doing certain things that were similar later on. So I look at it as an overall performer. He's here, and Matt is right there as well. I mean, I think Matt is one of the best extreme, creative, open forms competitors in forms and weapons, you know, that could do both, you know, ever. So, and KA is one of the best all-around competitors ever. You know, most people's, you know, there's only a couple that I would put over him, but that's me, you know. So.
You're right. One of the things about Matt is I think Matt is like he's got a few things going for him. One, like you said, he's the best nunchucker we've ever seen.
Yeah.
And we've been seeing him for over 20 years.
Correct. And he's still putting out videos like a week ago of his forms and tricking and everything and releases. And so like he's still doing it. Right. And I think that's one reason why people vote for me as well, because my longevity, you know what I'm saying? So,
So one, that he's been doing it for so long, he's the best nunchucker, but also that he is one of the better trickers we've ever seen. He's one of the cleanest trickers we've ever seen.
Correct.
He's also got some of the cleanest karate for an extreme open martial arts competitor.
Oh yeah.
Normally when you see them, there's just gonna be some mistakes, and you just bake that into like that's just gonna be the reality. Yeah. Right? I think Steve Tirada didn't win enough, but we saw the back knee wash in, and you just kind of bake that in sometimes. Like, okay, let's see if it finds ourselves equal, and if it does in the performances, and a Marcel Jones never washes it in. All right, well then you gotta look at it that way. All right, right. And sometimes you just kind of look at that. Matt never did stuff like that. Matt was like cleanest.
Yeah. I agree. I mean, I think he was a great performer, great guy, and also just the people that he inspired now. You know, you look at Danny and Sammy.
Well, he had his own team. He had Team Emmett.
Yeah, Tyler.
Somehow he's losing right now. At this moment, we'll see what it ends up by the time this podcast airs. But at this moment, he's losing 106 to 100.
Dude, that's 6 votes. That's insane. But see, again, we went over that 200 mark. So I'm glad. Thanks for supporting us.
No, update.
Vote for me.
You're losing 108 to 101. Sorry. I'll keep giving you updates as the podcast goes.
All right. So right now what happened is, so Mike just sent out Morgan. So I've been waiting for that. You know, that was his number one. I've been waiting for that. So there's
a lot of strategies that are going into it. Tell everybody
say it, but I'm going to say who I sent out.
Yeah.
Evelyn from Belgium is who I'm going to send out. So maybe we can get some more international views.
And they
on our
fought
page,
each other. They fought each other.
once, right?
But they
And
only
then,
fought each other the one time.
Yeah,
right?
and she got that was when Morgan got hurt, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
So we
Yeah.
really
We've
never
never
got to
seen
see
this.
how this would play out. So this is a good matchup. It's not
Yeah.
that's not bad.
It's really good. I mean, you're talking about what? I think Evelyn's won 2 Irish Opens. Yeah, and then
Yep.
we also got
There's
Louisa versus Chelsea. That's pretty
Yeah.
cool too.
So
That's in what?
so
Travis
that's,
and Eugene,
no, that's
right?
Travis has Louisa
Yeah.
and Eugene has Chelsea.
Yeah.
So what would you say in the draft? And then we'll just say what our rosters are. What's the mess up? Would you say, man, I think I messed up? If I would have had to do this again, I'd do this.
I went to new school in some ways, but we'll see how that works.
You have the
for
youngest
me.
roster then.
Yeah, I
out
had the
of all
youngest
of us.
roster, which I think some people thought I was going to dig a little bit more. I just thought about the votes and where, the people that are,
Another reason
doing that.
why I say
Yeah.
we get appointed
Right.
judges,
So,
and we don't have to
now,
worry about that.
If I was picking like the team that I wanted, it would look completely different. There would be some in here. I'd have Matt and Jack and a couple, but it'd be a little different, I think so right now, over the past 5 years, the most dominant traditional forms competitor has been Ariel Torres. The one underneath him has been Joey. Joey does more sport karate events though, and has won a lot as well. Joey Castro. People love
Joey.
him.
He's the people's champ.
Yeah, he won. He won by a lot. So, that was one maybe I shouldn't have done. I should have gone with someone more old school. So, that's all right though.
No, because that's like saying all right, you wouldn't have drafted him.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's hard.
Here's the deal.
That, right?
Here's the one thing I didn't do that everyone else probably did. I didn't write as we were going, I wrote some names down and then I marked them off, but I didn't have a sheet where I was just trying to go off the top of my head. Now I do have every single person's written down, right here, and I have all that in my chicken scratch. But yeah, I mean, I think that, but again, we're only on the 3rd day, so who knows, something, maybe my worst pick gets the most votes. Who knows? Or my lowest pick, sorry. I mean, we'll see how this goes. I do have a lot of internationals. I don't know if that's going to be good or bad. We will see how this goes. I haven't had to put any out yet. Well, now I will. We'll see what Evelyn does. She's joined the page. She voted for Jack today and I think she voted for another one for me as well. So we will see.
So we I think my biggest thing that I would say I messed up is I wasn't paying full attention.
Yeah.
I passed on Chelsea.
Right.
And it's not like I grabbed somebody who's bad. I grabbed Linda Denley. Right?
Yeah.
I didn't grab a scrub. You know what I mean? But I passed on Chelsea.
Yeah.
Thinking.
I did too, though. Yeah. I did too. But I thought about it.
Stop trying to defend my mess up here. All right. You passed on her and didn't grab a female fighter. Right?
No, I did. I grabbed. It was either I was going to go Gina or Chelsea, and I thought, who is more of the people's champion?
I can't help you out with that one then.
Yeah.
Now you messed up.
Yeah. But I don't think so. I think if you've seen most of the votes for sport martial arts over the past few years, the only person that's beaten Morgan in votes at sometimes has been Gina. So I know people like Gina Thornton. She has that personality that everyone loves, and she's a great fighter.
Reason. There you go. That's another reason why if we had appointed people like, all right, here are our rosters. Boom. Here's the matchup today.
So it's a whole nother, it's just a different one. Maybe we'll do something different next time. Maybe we'll do weight classes.
Are you kidding me? I'm addicted to this now.
Yeah.
You know how addicted I am to fantasy sports and fantasy basketball? I'm so bummed. I didn't have my fantasy basketball season didn't have any kind of resolution.
Right.
I was winning. I had 6 teams. I was winning. I was in first place out of 5 of the 6 of them. It was just like, it just never happened.
Oh, man.
What? Are you kidding me? If there was many of these, I'd be glued to this, man.
Right.
So
it's fun, man. I like it.
Yeah. Who knows? Maybe we open this up to other people. We do right now. We had We had an 8-person league. Maybe we do this and we let other groups, if they want to join in and do their own leagues. Who knows how this will go? I have no freaking clue. Right?
I don't know. I know it's been a good thing for noticing our page, and I think that's the reason why I've been trying to share it a lot, because I think there's people that, yeah, they want to vote, but they aren't connected to us yet. You know what I mean? So we're trying to get them there, and it's cool, man. So we will see. It sounds like I have a lot of work to do after this podcast. So
yeah. Let's just say who's on our rosters. Before we get to that, let's give everybody an update on Matt Emig and KA.
Don't.
You still have 101 votes,
God.
but KA has 110. So you are trending in the wrong direction.
Wow. What the heck?
So
Trickers, where you at, man?
thumbs up on that. And it's just steadily like that, because it started out when the first 20 votes started out. The first time it got really. You had 75% of the votes for Matt Emig. No,
it's been pretty 48. Close for a while, yeah. And then I got
but it's been trending the wrong way for you.
Yeah, I don't
steadily.
Get
it. It hasn't made a turn. You know what I mean? For every one vote you get, KA gets 3.
Yeah, man.
So let's say our rosters. All right, you go ahead and say who's on your roster.
All right, so I got Jack Felton, Elijah Everill, Matt Emig, Gina Thornton, Roman Brundle, Evelyn, Ariel Torres, Rashad, Chloe Bruce, and Hector Solori.
Okay. Now, that's tough to say. Here's on my roster. I have Raymond Daniels, Jason Borelli, Hamid Ferruzzi, Linda Denley, Dottie White, Caitlin Deschelle, John Sue, Mike Welch, Justin Ortiz, and myself.
And Alex Damon. Yeah.
I wasn't even the last pick. And I made 2 drops. I dropped 2 people and picked people up. So here's the drops that I made. Because we all kind of went through that. We could try to make trades. We could try to do that. So
we just didn't.
Nobody traded. We just dropped and picked people up. Right. I dropped 2 people. I had Nancy Young on my roster. And I dropped her.
Yeah.
For Mike Welch.
Right.
And I just thought about that. I just couldn't picture a scenario where I would have Nancy Young go over before Linda or Dottie. Right? I just kind of thought about that, and I just said, okay, let's do that. Now, I also had Ming Lu. Ming Lu on my roster. Now, I did that knowing I was also going to drop Ming Lu. Right? Mm-hmm. I wasn't sure who I was going to pick up. So I dropped Ming Lu and picked up Justin Ortiz.
Right.
So I looked at that and just, that's where I want to go with that. So.
Yeah, so I had Christine Bannon Rodriguez. And I dropped her for Chloe Bruce. I was getting mostly to piss you off, but also for,
because you had Chloe, you're going to put her out the fight, right?
The European vote. And also in Europe, she is probably the best forms of weapons competitor in their history. She is probably their one. All of them see her as that. She has tons of followers, and she continues to put stuff out. So,
you see what I'm saying?
Then the other one, I put Kim Do out. I dropped Kim Do, which I hate doing that, but I needed to get my man Hector Solori. So Hector Solori's on the team now. And, again, looking at votes, honestly,
when you dropped Kim, people. I thought about picking him up.
Yeah.
I was close. I thought about that. Because you could play him anywhere. You know what I mean?
Right. And that was, in some ways, yeah. I mean, I don't see Kim Do winning a fight battle against someone in votes, but unless you just keep playing the Webster video over and over again.
Dude, he wins fights, though. He did. Fights.
No. Oh, I know. But we're talking about high-level competitors here, So,
now, here's the thing. You're acknowledging that she's like the UK's or Europe's best forms competitor.
Yeah.
Right?
And she's also won here too.
But
so
you know, they're out of everyone's roster. There's not a person on our roster that she's better than at forms. Not a single one.
again,
Steve, no, just
says
say
who?
it. Just admit it.
Says
Just
who?
admit it.
Says who?
No, I'm asking you. There's not a
She's
single
the
person
let's
that
see,
she's
the
better than
second.
on any of our
She's the
rosters.
second or third best kicker.
Stop.
here.
No, that's no.
Yeah.
She's going to compete in forms.
Yeah.
There's nobody on anyone's roster. There's nobody that she's
I'm
better
just saying.
at in forms. Is there? Just say it. Just be honest. Just say
Listen. She can win. I didn't say she had to be better. She can win.
I want you to
She
say
has
it.
beaten Casey before. She has beaten other ones before. She has beaten them. And she has international experience at other places. She's beaten Jason and Chris and all of them in form. So, hey, we are going to see it.
That's not
it's
like
just the way
real,
it is.
though. Oh, my
Well, it's
gosh.
not real. Okay. Listen, the underdog. People want to see the underdog, okay? She was that, and when she competed here for 2 years, like straight, when she was on Straight Up, she was the underdog. And people loved, like, she does things that is different. And I got to give her a lot of love and credit for that. She is creative.
Oh, okay. Well, no. Let's say what you said. When she was on Straight Up, when she was competing here for a couple of years, she wasn't even the best person on her team. Jenny was better than her and beat her.
We've already had this conversation. Okay,
She's
I
not.
get it. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
You did. You drafted it just so that you could get this argument out of me.
Oh, I love it. It's fun.
Oh my gosh. All right. So but here's the other thing. I started thinking about this whole thing, and and we start justifying why we're picking someone. We start justifying why we're voting for someone, and whether it's the nostalgia of yesteryears,
there's a lot of that. Yep.
Saying, "Oh yeah, this person would do this," or the ignorance of yesteryears and saying, "Oh, look at what this person does." All right, forgetting what other people were like. Dude, I don't know. Have you been watching the Last Chance or the not Last Chance, but the Last Dance documentary? It's supposed to be a documentary.
Yes. I missed it.
It's supposed
Sunday,
to be a documentary of the 1998 season of the Bulls. It's really just a MJ doc, is really what it is.
Right.
They're sprinkling Scotty and Rodman.
Right.
So, have you been watching it?
Yes, I watched the first two. I missed Sunday though, so I missed that.
Don't worry. Yeah, just pick it up. Yeah. So listen to this one. So here's what it is. So Dennis Rodman, who look, I love basketball. MJ is not better than LeBron, and I don't care. I'll have this argument with everybody. I don't care. Okay. He had the best perimeter defender in the league in Scottie Pippen on his team. Right. He had a Hall of Famer. All right. And then he had the rebounding champ and defensive player of the year in Dennis Rodman. Okay. Let's just put that out there. All right. So we're going to do this LeBron, MJ thing, whatever. All right. Let's just put that out there. All right. LeBron never had any of those things. Okay. So all of a sudden, Rodman comes out and says, I'd have locked his butt up. He wouldn't have got nothing on me. He's not that good. All he can do is this. Like, stop. See, that's the thing. And he starts thinking like, oh, he's big and bad. Like LeBron wouldn't be able to come to the paint with me. Like, you kidding me? That dude is a
but that's what great people. That's what great people do. You know, they find ways to make it happen. They have that confidence in themselves. That's why they're great. That's why he was awesome.
See, you see what I'm saying? And there's another thing I'm going to get to. But that's about someone from then, which he's crazy because LeBron is bigger, stronger, faster. He just if you're allowed to just blow through people, what do you think he'll do to you? Right? You could do that to MJ because MJ was 6'6" and was skinny at the time. You could bust him up and take him down.
Okay. I get what you're saying on that part.
LeBron James would literally mow you over, right? So then all of a sudden Draymond Green starts chirping. And he's been doing this for a while. Starts chirping about Charles Barkley. Now he's a guy new, right? Talking about Charles Barkley from the yesteryears, talking about how I bust your butt up. You couldn't get nothing. You're just old and fat. Like, no, Charles Barkley was freaking phenomenal. All right. Do you remember the one
Yes.
time? Actually, I'll tell you
Yes.
this. One time I rooted against MJ was when they faced the Suns in the
Yeah,
finals.
me too. Me too.
I
Me too.
was in Phoenix at that time, thinking, man, this would be freaking awesome. I was there, and then I can't remember which game it was. Like, who must have been? I'm gonna forget, but the Bulls won it. It wasn't the ceiling. It wasn't the final game. But I remember thinking, like, what in the world was I thinking? You know?
that was a fun series though. They won in 6, right?
Yeah, they've
I
always won in
remember.
6.
Yeah, and so that was
except
that was a fun
for the first ones. The first one they won in 5.
right. Yeah, that was a good one. I mean I like that Suns team with Marley and Ainge and Kevin.
But look, that's a little bit of what we have going on right now here with this draft thing that we're doing. So, but that's what's going on in sport karate right now with this. Hey, how's your kicking class? What did you do in your kicking class this week?
So Monday,
I haven't
let's see.
seen the video yet.
So there's 2 of them because we had the first half there was no audio, so I went back and did a bonus and redid it, and then I also added about 3 other things. So everybody got a bunch of bonus stuff this week. So I worked.
You know what? I go back and I watch those videos all the time, right?
Yeah.
I've literally only watched one of them live.
So I worked different levels of side kick. So I start low, and then I raise my leg up and down, like just in small little areas to work on your range of motion in your hip. And then I slowly raise it up to the middle, to like the hip or the ribs, and do the same thing up and down fast. And then raise it up slowly to the head and up and down fast, and then re-chamber and drop, right? So we did those. We did on both sides. And then I also did where I side kick low, raise it up all the way up, re-chamber, side kick high, lower it down, re-chamber, back and forth. Then I also worked as an extra one, the same thing, but with the hook kick and going side and side. So really working, and then a slow motion hook kick of working on really getting the hip rotation. And then we worked on spin back kicks for forms and fighting, and then some different stretches and stuff as well. So, yeah, I mean, check it out every Monday, 2 o'clock now, 2 o'clock Eastern is when we're doing that. And, man, there's a lot of things popping up now. So Sport Martial Arts is one of the first ones doing it. Now Century is involved, so we moved our time so we weren't clashing with them. Now Point Fighter is doing them. WKC has done a lot of them. All Stars are doing Zoom ones, but everyone can get out there and do stuff, and it's great to see. So I mean, I have several people that I know that have really shut their karate school down, and the only thing they've done is just send videos and things, right? So they have all their students doing every class that I've done, because I've been up there to do seminars and stuff. So they just added 40 people to the group in one day and had them all watch class with me. So it was pretty cool. So yeah, I mean, I enjoy doing it. I'm worn out after. I mean, it's just a 30-minute class. I'm working hard and having fun. So gonna keep it up and keep consistent with that. And we may even keep this up and keep this going for a while. Emily and I talked, and just keep this whole thing out there. So.
Well, I think it's a good idea. I think you should. So I was talking to someone today, or was it yesterday, about this whole thing that's happening and the content that's coming out right now. And there are karate schools that are just dang near mailing it in. Yeah. Some that have already closed the doors.
Right.
All right. So, and you should at least be doing your own WebEx or Zoom classes. You should at least be doing that.
Right.
So,
yeah, my
goal
my
right
online
now
course actually dropped today. So I have it where I do for my current students Zoom classes, and then I have a way for new students to start, and they do recorded, so on demand training every week, new stuff every week that they get. They get a 2 full classes, and it's broken down in an easy way for them to learn it, and then also a chart for them to do it, all kinds of cool stuff. So, yeah.
And this is the time where if, as a school owner or instructor, if you're not up on your game,
Yeah.
you're going to be found out.
Right.
So, and that's what in the book of Numbers, there's a Bible verse about that. Right?
Yeah.
And it says, be sure your sin will find you out. And so that's applicable to this. If you're mailing it in and you've got really crappy classes, or if you're just teaching poor technique, like I mentioned before, when you were doing hook kicks, and you said, make it the same chamber as the side kick.
Right.
Duh, you should be doing that. Well, not everybody does that.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
So if you're going to take the best kicker in the world, says do this, and then you say, no, that's not how you should do it, and then take a look at their kick and go, gee, I wonder what I should do.
Right.
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 So that was where all of a sudden all that stuff's going to be found out, because we're sitting at home. We got nothing else to do but be on social media anyway.
Yeah.
All right. So all this stuff is going to start coming out. So I really think it's important that whatever it is that you do as an instructor or school owner, your main goal should be to get people excited about martial arts, so that when this thing does get lifted, that they're ready to just be knocking down the door to get back into your school.
Correct. Yeah,
So,
I mean, and that's the thing right now. And it's a weird kind of thing, because, I mean, we're talking everyone in our area wanting to start May 8th, right? That's what they're looking like. Who knows?
How much of a reality is that where you're at?
Where I'm at, I think it's a real reality, because we're talking about in our county, there's only been 4 cases. I mean, and that's the whole county. Now of Lynchburg, there's been more, and you include Lynchburg, but like in our town, there's been none. So, I mean, I don't see,
Wow.
So, but the governor keeps pushing it back and everything, but I don't want to get into that. So, it's more of, okay, we just got into this mode of how to make this online thing work. Now we got to go to a whole nother thing of how do we make doing both at the same time work, which I was doing before, but you have to, and just another advice, this is a second grand opening for you. This is a back to school kickoff for you. This is, make it a big deal. Get a special T-shirt that says, we're back, baby, or whatever you want to say. I don't want to put anything. Some people say I survived COVID. I don't want to put any of that on there. I just think that just kind of puts a negative. Like I don't want any of that. That's just me personally. But
right. Why would you put that on there? Understanding that some people didn't.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So I don't think we should do that. But doing that type of thing, Sunday we're gonna do a drawing. I'm gonna go live, and I'm gonna do drawing for all the students that have stuck with it, done extra private lessons, done Zoom classes, sent in extra videos and things like that, and put them in a hat. And I got a couple restaurants to give gift certificates. I got, going to give some free private lessons, some equipment, stuff like that. So, and we had our first virtual belt test, and it worked out great, There's some things I would change the next time I do it, or if I have to do it again, but we'll see how it goes, man. I know I told all of them they owe me a lot of sparring rounds when we get back and are able to get back to sparring, but other than that,
Nice. Hey, you want to know? You want to update on the vote count?
No.
Here you go.
Is it good or bad?
Yeah, you went up. Matt Emig got 104 votes. Kevin Thompson got 115.
My God, are you serious,
dude? I'm not. It don't look good for you, man. I'm just gonna be honest. I didn't think it would be close. I thought Matt Emig was gonna win. Nope.
Wait, it just flipped on me. Hold on.
You're gonna lose.
Oh, why does my phone keep doing it? It keeps going back to what it was.
Don't worry, I got you. You're still losing.
Thanks, man.
Hey, don't worry.
And so tomorrow,
whenever you need a pat on your back.
Yeah, I'll be.
Who are you sending tomorrow again? Tell me again.
Well, I'm going against Morgan, so that's a really tough one. So, but I put who I put out there for a reason, so it's okay.
My squad, I have Jason Borelli going against Gerald Dawson. So I feel okay. I got the greatest kicker of all time. Everybody
thought that
voted. He's
too.
probably axe kicked, so I should be okay. Should be okay. Okay, so
Yeah.
tell me about this online tournament thing that you've got going on. So you've been a judge for a lot of these online tournaments.
Yeah. So
And they're
let's
still
see.
happening. It's still going on. I know we talked
Right,
about
we're
it
just
before.
getting
What's
going.
the
So
updates?
like,
What's been going on?
So I did the Juventus Cup. Tomorrow is the judging for the virtual world championships, and this is like a three series circuit with a finals in October, right? And they're going to do cash prizes and awards and all kinds of stuff at the end in October. So at around noon tomorrow, I have to judge, and I have a certain amount of time to judge 2 divisions. So it's not too many. So I'm doing that. Then Saturday, I'm actually going to be, probably by this time, it's already been announced, but I'm going to be the guest judge for the Florida Circuit live tournament. So Jeremy Roque and USA Sport Karate are doing a live tournament. So they're limited to only 50 competitors, and it's traditional forms. So they're doing
Why
it
only
like
traditional
that
forms?
because they're trying to find it a way just to limit it. They're going to make it just a 2-hour tournament, do it live, because it's a lot they got to test it out. When you're doing a live tournament, you're talking about people's devices dropping and everything and this and that. So let's limit it to 50. Let's see how it goes.
Every time we go live, we drop.
Right. So we have three judges. I'm one of the guest ones, and then we'll have 2 from Florida. And so I'm doing that Saturday. And so that'll be fun. And then next week, I'm judging the ISKA tournament. And then the week after that is the Infinity. And then
So there's that many.
Yeah. And then I'm going to bring back. Right. And I'm bringing back, we haven't really announced it yet, but why not? Here's our show, right? I'm going to do Grand Slam Open online. So I'm going to do that at the end of the month, of May. So
that's what I'm talking about.
And we're going to do an Ironman division. So if you remember what the Ironman division I used to do, I used to have in my tournament where you did a 1 round of forms or weapons, right? The top 4 moved on. Those top 4 had to fight each other. So you had 2 left. Then they had to go head to head doing another type of style of forms or weapons, right?
They had to change it.
Right. So you had a real all-around competitor, right? So obviously we can't do fighting. So this is what we're doing. You got to do 3 different forms back to back to back, no edit. You got to show that time, you rest it, 20, 30-second rest. I'm deciding the time. I don't know if it should be 30 seconds or 20, but 3 forms.
20 seconds sometimes ain't a lot. Somebody just goes, all the way out.
30 seconds may be all right. I think that's fair. So
yeah,
then you
fair.
Go. So and you're pushing it, and I'm working on getting some sponsors to do a prize for that.
Wow.
And that would be the big event of the tournament. We're also going to do the first online breaking as well. Actually, I think the virtual world championships is doing that, but we're going to do that with just 3 breaks because some people still, can only have their parents hold it, stuff like that. Every area is different. So I'm excited about it. Throw my head out there as a promoter again for a little bit. We'll see if this sticks with wanting me to do my tournament again or not. But
of course, man.
Right now, it's a good thing to challenge my students and others.
So speaking of like the Ironman thing, I think it would be a cool thing to add. What if you did the Wheel of Forms?
Right, that would be cool. But I'm not taking
that
from Joe. I'll let him do that sometime.
He doesn't have anything going on right now.
Well, I know.
Ask him if you can borrow. I don't know.
But I don't know how you could do that. You can't do that. You could do that live, maybe. That could be a finals thing, or something. Yeah. You do a live finals, but you couldn't do that, because you send in the video. You know what I'm saying? So.
Oh, that's how it works.
Yeah.
So it's not all
right.
Okay.
Right. Okay. Yeah. So, because again, live is a whole nother thing. You also have sport martial arts.
All it takes is a little bit of lag on one time, and it's just really hard. Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean,
that's a good point.
That's what you're looking at. So, I'm excited about it. Working with Jacob Wolfman. And, you know, I'm doing a lot of the judging for these events and helping, and excited to help, you know. And then there's also some other opportunities coming forth as well. So we will see how this goes. Yeah, it's just crazy right now, just trying to put my hand in a little bit of everything during this time. When you have this opportunity to go after something, why not? You know, try it out. This is a great time to try out new things and learn, and doesn't mean you have to stick with it or whatever. Just adapt and keep going. So
That's not bad.
but
So what?
I was gonna say, what did you think last week of our show, man, with Joe
Oh my
Greenhalgh?
gosh.
Yeah,
It was super cool.
it was.
So Joe, and that's kind of where I was going to go, was talking about guests. But Joe was cool. What I liked about Joe was he was just he went into detail about stories we knew, but we didn't know the backstory of.
Right.
But what was great for Joe to really say in here is, so Joe doesn't necessarily care about your feelings.
Right.
He's just going to tell you right away, you look like trash. I don't know what to tell you.
Right.
I like you. But
yeah.
but he won't say I like you. He'll just say, yeah, your form looks like trash, you know?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I've really liked Joe. The only time I kind of butted heads with him for a moment was I wanted to coach my student who was on his team.
Oh, okay.
And I knew the hierarchy is like, all right, Alex, that's the time for you to step back. I just didn't want to.
Yeah.
I wanted
get
to
it.
do it.
I get it.
I wanted to do it anyway. And he's kind of yelled at me a little bit. And I didn't really care. So, but then it's like we both wanted the same result to happen.
Right.
So it wasn't like it was bad.
Right.
You know? But so when he talked about, it was interesting. The only time he was really upset, what it sounded like, was when Elias left his team.
Yes, that was a big one. And that was, I knew that.
I knew he was pissed. I knew how that went down too.
Right.
So I knew the other side of that. So so the way Elias got on the team was because of the exodus. So the exodus happened. So Raymond is gone. Reggie, Mike P, Jotty, they're gone. Okay. So there's a guy named Dean Furstenberg.
Yes, know him. Yep.
Dean was part of Team.
Yeah, he was on Paul Mitchell.
He was part of Team Paul Mitchell. He was an NK guy. He was an NK Chicago guy long before I was ever here involved with him in any way.
Right.
Okay. So he reaches out to Elias and he goes, "Hey, typically Paul Mitchell picks up the number one guy in the division. Well, the number one guy in the division just left. You're the number two." And he says, "Why don't I do the legwork and try to figure out if you could be on the team? If I could do that, would you join the team?" And literally, Elias didn't do anything. He was like, I don't know, I guess. He could have shut it down.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I don't want to say like, oh, he didn't do anything. No, he could have shut it down and said, no, I got a team. I'm set.
Right.
He could have done that. Right?
Yeah.
And just like what Joe was talking about, like what Bailey did, when Bailey went right to Joe and said, "Hey, this team offered me this."
Yeah.
You know? And Joe said, "What are you going to do?" And he says, "I'm not going nowhere. I'm with you."
Right.
That's a straight up guy. No pun intended.
Yeah.
So he says, "Yeah, okay. I mean, I don't know. So let's figure it out." So how I was told how it went down, calls Don. Don says, "Yeah, that sounds good. I don't have a problem with it. Got to call Steve." And Steve says, "Yeah, that sounds good. I don't have a problem with it. Call Julie." All right.
Mm-hmm.
And Julie says, "Yeah, I guess I don't have a problem with it. Call," and I think it was Lauren Carney's mom, right?
No. It's probably Darlene. Darlene Tello is probably who you're thinking of. She was the manager of the team at the time.
Someone was the manager of the team.
Yeah.
Right. So call her. All right. I don't have a problem with it. And we just kind of looked at each other and said, I mean, sure, I guess it sounds good. So after like the World Series of Martial Arts, he was on the team. All right.
Right.
So, yeah, that was kind of that was pretty much how it went down. Right. Which is not the way you usually get on the team. You don't usually get on the team that way. Right. They seek you. They have all their conversations amongst each other. At the end of the season, they pick you up and at the end of the season or the start of the next season. The only people I saw get picked up in the middle of the season, except for that, or prior to that, was Daniel Sterling and Nick Bagley.
Oh, you're talking about for JPM, yeah.
Yeah, they got picked up in the middle of 2001, and I'd never seen anybody get picked up in the middle of the season like that before. It was typically always like the end of the season, or just prior to the start of the season.
Right.
So that's how that.
We would do that a lot. But
yeah.
CJB and Elite would, but yeah, I mean no, you're right. But again, they lost those people not really at the end of the season, almost like in the very beginning. Like it was like a few weeks before they're like, all right, we're done, And I mean, I remember all those guys came to Charlie Lee's, but as their own, and Mike, Reggie, and Raymond were there, Now they lost to CJB, but that was
straight up.
And we beat straight up. Yeah. So it was a good event, man. It was a good tournament. I don't know. I mean, it's interesting.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I love hearing that. A lot of those things, were exciting. I had a hard time hearing just with different stuff, and I should have told you to shut up earlier, but that was all right. You would ask him a question, then you would immediately tell your side. I'm like, hey, let him talk. Let him talk.
My bad.
It's okay. You can't help yourself. Like
so
you said.
There were some things that I wish that I thought about later. I'm like, oh, dang it. I wanted to get to that, and I couldn't get to it.
Well, I mean, it was a long show. We had 2 hours. I mean, it was a 2-hour show. We just kept going.
Did you have anything like that?
But he wanted more and more. He would have stayed on for another 2 hours, I think.
He would have.
Yeah.
I know.
So, did I have anything like that? I think there might have been just different people that I forgot about. There might have been some other things. Like, I would have loved for him to talk about. I don't know if he ever would have, because like you said, he loves NASCAR so much. But talk about when he had thought about possibly leaving at one point, and that and the conversations.
We kind of did. He mentioned.
No. He talked about.
He didn't
leaving,
mention in detail.
No, leaving like currently. Yeah, but I'm talking about before that. I'm talking about like there was a good possibility.
Just when he had a team.
When he also had his tournament for the first few years, that kind of thing. There was some time where he was going to leave for another league, possibly. He had, so that could have happened several times, but he stuck with it, and so I mean, there was things like that. I know those things because I was in on those promoter type stuff. But I mean, there's that kind of. There's some things like that would have been interesting to do. That's one reason why I mentioned Boyce, on that. So
I wanted him to get in, talk about Brian Roos.
Oh yeah, that was one I forgot.
Yeah, for a couple
times. Yeah.
Yeah. And like, how did the beginning and the ending of each time go?
Yeah.
And the duration of it, because as we've talked about, Brian isn't really a team first guy.
Right.
He hasn't really shown to be a team first guy. So, how did that go down?
He, I mean, he did say he would love to do another one. So maybe down the road, so we could get some more answers. So that'd be cool. Yeah, I don't know. I had fun talking to him about it. Also, I mean, looking forward to who do we get next? Who do people want to hear next? What are we looking at? How are we doing this? So. We don't have an answer for next week yet. We may.
Oh no, we do.
I'm
just not telling everybody.
All right. I may review everyone next tomorrow. We'll see.
Good.
We'll see. But I mean, I'm enjoying this fantasy thing. It's driving me nuts a little bit, especially tonight, right now. But this is nuts. Oh, all right. So we just see who Willie's sending out. All right, cool. All right. Wait, who did Chris already send out?
He's sending out. Who's he sending out? Gandhi Lewis.
Yeah. Well, okay. Willie is. So Chris has the second. Okay, got it.
Chris
no. Jackson? Okay, so Jackson versus Gandhi. Okay.
Oh well, yeah. That's.
All right.
Sounds like a dub for Jackson.
Yeah.
All right.
But
Hey, got an update on the Matt
oh
Emig,
God, stop.
Kevin Thompson.
It's not looking good.
There's one more vote.
Thanks, man.
Not
Thanks.
for Matt Emig. So
Oh
it's
my
104
God.
to 116.
Wow.
So you
The
might want to
bet.
Google or Facebook message anybody with the last name Emig. Maybe you could pull on some heartstrings and some family members. Maybe I don't know what to tell you.
This is crazy, man.
Tell them they could win a gumball machine. I don't know, man.
Well, so I'm gonna be down these next couple days.
Homie, you at least got
the
to
weekend.
win.
Oh, I
in the
gotta
first
win,
2 weeks.
but
I didn't. I went 0-2, and I mean,
Yeah.
I think I'm still winning with
I mean,
Raymond.
I still have a plan if I'm down, 2-1. That's fine, but doesn't make it easier. I mean, no, not at all. When that's my best forms and weapons guy I have on my team, and in most people's mind, he's one of the top ones ever. But I don't know. Whatever, it's okay. But I mean, I don't like to say it like that because I don't know. I think some of us get too into it, but it's weird because all of us, it's different because all of us know it's different in this type of fantasy thing, right? Because we know the people either personally or have grew up liking them or everything else. Fantasy football, I don't know, Tom Brady or whoever it is.
Yeah,
I
but
don't know those
that's the
people.
thing.
I don't
Nah,
care about them. I don't, I have no clue. I'm going to pick this person because they have the most yards. I don't, there are
all right.
some
Let me
that,
ask you
I'm going to
this. Let me
support
ask you
or
this.
whatever, but it's different. Like, I know everyone, you know what I mean?
Do you? Okay, you like football. You like the NFL, right?
Right.
You like it. Okay.
Somewhat, yeah.
And are the Redskins your squad or no? The Raiders are your squad.
Yeah.
So that's why. That's
Yeah.
why you haven't had a great player to get behind since when? No, really. What was the last time? When Jerry Rice was 106 years old and he was playing for the
And
Raiders?
Tim Brown and Rich Gannon.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe.
So that was 2002.
Okay.
Now the last time you had a player where you're like, yeah, that guy is awesome. You haven't had
I guess
awesome
our
guys.
other big ones have been like defense, so you just kind of say, all right,
When
Raiders
Richard
defense.
Seymour got traded to them, that's exactly it, man. You're jaded. You're jaded.
Yeah.
That's why. If you had a guy, all right, I'll only put it like this. All right.
No, but it is different.
Listen,
it is different.
I get
though.
it.
It's completely
No,
different.
Here's an example. I'm a Viking
So you
guy.
know some NFL players. Which NFL players you know?
Listen.
Have you ever
As a
competed
Viking
against these NFL
Let me
players?
explain
No,
what I'm
you
talking
haven't.
about. Let me explain what I'm talking about. All right. As a Viking guy, your team is not necessarily always better with Adrian Peterson on the team. But if he's on your team, you don't really care. You're like, oh, I want him. He's going. He's the best. I'm riding those coattails all the time. You see what I'm saying? You haven't had anything like that.
No, it's not the same at all. It's not the same at all. Everyone on this I respect, and I've either hung out with, competed with, or whatever. Like, I've been in the, with in some way, So, I mean, it's completely different. It's not the same at all. Some people's family members are on this team, right? Some people's instructors are on this. I'm in. My coach is on the same team as me. That's pretty cool. I mean, there's a lot of things like that, So it's different,
Yeah, but they're not on your team.
Yeah, I don't know if now Joey Castro's mad at me because I picked Ariel Torres over him. I don't know. If he is, well, hey, sorry, this is we're having fun. But
exactly,
that's all I'm saying though. Like, it's different, So you have those people that pick their people, and then you have ones that also made a pick based off.
So I got a question.
Thought will win.
As the draft was going on, did you think about drafting Travis?
Yeah, I actually thought about drafting Chris. Because I wanted
that's
Chris.
The thing. I thought about drafting Travis.
Yeah,
I thought about it. I was like, maybe I could. Oh, that would be. But this is gonna sound worse. This is gonna sound shrewd. I thought, no, I'm gonna draft myself instead.
Of course you would. If anyone
because I thought,
draft,
no one else is gonna take me. Who wants me? Who wants me? I just want to be like, hey, made a roster. I made it. That's the only way I could control that I make a roster is if I pick myself.
The funniest thing was that when I got picked, I wasn't even around. I went to the bathroom.
That's right. You were gone. We had to inform you that you
Yeah.
got drafted.
Like, oh, all right. And Regina picked me. I was surprised. And I got a win. Bam. Hey, I got
Her
a
roster is
really
good.
cool team.
Every
It's like
time she
people that I'm
picked.
all related to, like, in, you know, like
Yo.
Casey, Trevor, Claire, Gerald,
Listen, every
me,
time
John.
Regina picked, it was like she didn't understand who she was passing up on.
Sometimes,
Or
yeah.
she tried to pick somebody that had already been drafted a number of times.
Yeah.
And she just kind of like, I'll take this person then, I guess. And her roster ended up,
It's pretty
really
good. It's pretty good. You still have a shot, though. I think you still have a shot.
Stop. See, now you just like, oh, don't worry. You're not going to lose too bad.
You got this, Alex.
You got a shot.
Hey, listen, I don't know.
I thought
I thought I was doing this right, but we'll see. We'll see.
So what do you think about no tell me honestly what you think about my idea that I've been pretty much putting out this whole time about all right, we have
I like having a panel, but I would like to make it bigger, like, you know, like a 20 something or 21 or something like that.
What do you mean 20 person league? 20
no,
team
no,
league?
No, not team. No,
20,
I'm talking about like a judges
21
type
judges.
thing. Yeah, something like that.
That's not a bad idea. But it's got to be an odd number. It can't be an even number.
No, but like just a big group. Still make it a big group, but you know, but I don't know. I think we can change the way we did it. You know, I think there's so many options with this. We're having fun. Hopefully, people either get some more publicity off of this. Current competitors, old school competitors, whatever. And you know, like,
here's what I say.
I had fun doing my videos. Hopefully, people see all that.
Your videos. Your Iceman video was great.
The Iceman video is pretty good.
I still say you should have taken the ice and smashed it against your head.
Hey. We still have I still have some more time, okay?
Okay.
All right. So who knows? I have some other picks to put out.
I think this would be cool if we get like.
What if like
go ahead.
Someone loses like all four? Do they just are we still putting out people or what?
We might as well. What else we got? We got
nothing else to do. Just for them. Maybe you should just for them to have.
So like, let's just say this. Let's say I lose this week, and I lose today, and I end up wake up in the morning, and I'm gonna lose Thursday also. So I would go 0-4. I mean, everybody else is still going, so might as well. I mean, Regina and I have nothing else to do except put our guys up against each other. You know what I mean? Okay. She's already won at that point. If that happens,
right? Yeah. If that happens,
what else?
Yeah.
No, I think it would be cool is if we did this and there was like a group of people that were like, yo, we want to jump and we want to do our own league, you know, and they could do their own draft, and then they let us know who their squad is, and then we set them up. That would be a dope thing, right?
We just start running our own thing like that. That'd be cool.
I think it would be freaking cool.
That'd be cool, but are you going to help Travis do it? That's what I want to know. Yeah.
It's a lot. I know.
Do you?
I think I would. The only problem is I would definitely help him do it. I'm just not as tech savvy.
Yeah, I'm not either.
So I could be coached. But
there you go. All right, Alex. There's your Travis. There's your intern.
Yeah, I'm sure he's extremely excited about that one.
Yeah. Good God. I think the only person that texts him more than you is me. So. Oh man. Yeah. All right. Well,
this is good. Wait, no, we got to get a final vote count before we leave.
Oh God. Oh man.
Dude, I'm so into it because it's wild that Matt is losing, and it just keeps going in the wrong way. Here's the other one that would match up today that I thought was going to be really, really close. I had to take a minute to just step back and think about how I was going to vote. And that was Reed Presley versus Kalman.
Yeah.
Versus Kalman Choka.
And that one wasn't it's still pretty, all of these actually are pretty close. 56-44 right now.
Yeah. Who did you vote for with
maybe
Reed
it didn't
Kalman?
upload the right way. I voted for Kalman.
I voted for Kalman also, but it was not a quick vote for me. You know? So.
Right.
Let's look at this.
God, 53% to 47.
Yeah, you're still at 104, and Kevin Thompson got another vote. He's got 117, buddy. You gotta start. You gotta do some recruiting. Go out and tell him you're gonna send him a gift basket. I don't know what to tell you.
That's a tough one, man. I mean,
All right,
even
guys.
the people that are on, like, that are his students that are on JPM didn't vote for him because
Dude,
of, I
Caitlin
think it's
didn't
the
even vote
respect.
for herself.
Yeah. Hey,
Dude, Ray didn't vote for himself either.
well, you know.
But it's
Why does
Ray.
he
He
need
don't
to?
care.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, he's still good. It don't matter. All right. We're gonna stay tuned, everybody. We're gonna tell you who our next guest is gonna be next week. It's gonna be hot.
Yes, sir.
This has been another episode of Inside Scoop with Alex and Jeff. I'm Alex Dingman.
I'm Jeff Doss. See you guys next week. And vote for Team Doss.